practicing safe sets. After all, where are the collars? And when's the last time you saw a guy doing front squats with one person on each side of the bar with their hands right there? Why doesn't the guy have collars on the bar? And why are there no safety bars on the side of the squat? If you can't get the lift, the safety bars are there for a reason. You drop the weight on the safety bars and you walk away. Rather than needing two spotters on either side of the bar, with their hands clasped around that bar, what is the point of that? Oftentimes what will happen with a spotter on either side of the bar is if something does go wrong, say he hurts his back, trips or whatever, one person grabs the bar before the other, the bar goes sideways and you're tweaking your lower back. It's not a great way to spot. The way to spot this is not with a person on either side. Better off with collars, having safety bars on the rack, and having one spotter from behind just in case.
Yes? It's okay.
And so unfortunately, 140 kilograms, we do not see his knees. We do not see how low the bar is going. And as you know, you do not need to break parallel during a front squat, especially for a boxer. But half squat, that seems to make sense. But as he's going heavier, he seems to be cutting his reps a little bit shy. Not going as deep on the heavier reps. And why is that? Well, because he's ego lifting.
I did this with Ethan, and Ethan was better than me at this. Not anymore, father.
He just said it. Ethan used to be stronger than me, but not now. Now I can beat him. Now I'm better. I'm stronger. And so why? Because he's progressive overloading, but cheating the reps. He's letting his ego dictate the weight, and so I don't believe his form is as good as it could be.
Oh,
Good.
George.
Outstanding.
Yeah, let's squat down, twist side to side, hover our way up, not go low enough. Outstanding, amazing. Yes, man in your corner, that is something you do not need. You don't need people telling you what you want to hear. You need people telling you what you need to hear. That was not a really good squat. It was too heavy, wasn't low enough, form was not bang on. And that is a recipe for an injury. And so I don't see the benefit of a boxer attempting one rep maximums, in particular if they're doing quarter reps with the potential of getting hurt. And what's he got tucked under the shirt? And so is he in fact a powerlifter? After all, I just watched him lift a one rep max on the squat, and now he's doing partials on the bench press.
3, 2, 1. Up. That's your bar. Down. Work. Speed up. Easy. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Easy, guys.
And on that day, not a single rep on the bench press was done. First things first, when somebody is holding the bar from start to finish, you did not lift the weight. You together lifted the weight. It was a team event. And so you just said a tandem one rep max on the bench. Yay! How much could you have lifted without your spotter helping you the entire time? We don't know. And so what is the point of setting a PR if the person's hands are on the bar? The last thing I want when going for a one rep max is somebody touching the bar. I don't even want them hovering near the bar. And so do not interrupt a one rep max by touching the bar, especially on the way down. You're there for an emergency. If the guy can't get it up, if the bar starts to go down, lift it up.
Speed up. Easy. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Easy, guys.
Is this a bounce it off of a springboard partner bench press challenge? What exactly PR did we see right now? 130 kilograms easy. Well, if it was so easy, why don't you try it without bouncing it off some spring-loaded mechanism underneath the shirt? Now listen, if he is in fact trying to increase his one rep max for board press, that's fine. But he should be pausing the weight at the bottom. When you do touch and go bench presses with a heavy weight and you're bouncing it off the chest, that is a very likely situation where you could pull a pec. And even more often, this occurs with sloppy technique, when you're ego lifting. And so leave the ego at the door. Pause the weight on the chest. Sure, you'll be 10 or 20 pounds lighter than you could have got, but imagine saving yourself an injury. How much are you going to lift after a pec tear?
Stuff like this to help me, maintain my body, to make sure I don't get injured.
And remember, he says, I'm just trying to maintain my body. I'm not trying to get huge. Boxers in particular, they don't want massively huge muscles. Many times they compete in certain weight classes, and so adding a bunch of muscle, it could be a hindrance. But he does mention he wasn't training this heavy at the start of camp. He slowly worked his way up. And so perhaps the start of camp, he was using lighter weights for higher reps, and as the weeks progressed, he was trying to progressive overload. Unfortunately, people think that they can progressive overload every single week. Every single workout, you need to get stronger, add more weight, add more reps. The body doesn't work like that. It can't always be at its peak. It can't always be getting better. There's certain workouts, certain days, you're just not going to feel it. And so you might not be able to get as many reps. It's okay. What you should be doing is going to the gym and focus on training harder than last time. You won't always be able to train harder. Some days you won't be able to push as hard. You'll feel overtrained, injured, whatever. You simply look at your last workout and try to do better. And if you don't, that's okay. You gave it your all. The next workout back, if you had a bad day, look at that last workout. Can I beat that? I had an off day last Monday. What am I going to do this week? I'm going to try to beat that off day. And if you do, great. You keep trying to progressive overload that way. If you always have in your mind you have to lift more weight or do more reps, well, what's going to happen is you're going to break form. Your ego, even subconsciously, is going to have you cheat the reps. You might swing more, bounce the weight more, not squat as deep. And so please, don't think you always need to get better and leave your ego at the door. It takes a lot more discipline to use the same weight or a lighter weight and lift with impeccable form, slow the reps down, increase time under tension, than it does to just bang out another rep using sloppy technique.
Extra 20, just to make my life a little harder.
And so on the chin-ups, those were not full range of motion. He's ego lifting yet again. Why are we adding a 20-pound chains on when you're already struggling with no weight? And so do you really need to do 5 reps on each side? Why is it so heavy? Why are we doing such slow reps? Last I checked, boxers are throwing hundreds of punches in a fight. Does it really matter how strong you are on one rep? Or does it matter more how often can you throw that punch? How fast can you recover? Can you throw 100 punches in a minute? Versus can you just throw one punch and you're done? For me, much more important to have explosive power, which is developed by using lighter weights for greater speeds, than it is to simply do 1 rep maxes. And he likes to finish off his workout with several sets of abs. And listen, the guy's a boxer. He needs to have very strong core. But if you're just lifting for hypertrophy, you don't need to train your abs every single workout. Will you train your chest, shoulders, back every workout? Probably not. And so there's no reason to train your abs more than any other body part. And so I see nothing wrong with him showing his workout. Sure, it wasn't perfect, but the guy's trying. He's clearly in amazing shape. I mean, check the guy out, strips down, flexes the abs. Look at the body. He's very confident, has an amazing physique, and I do believe he's natural, and it's working for him. Now, it's not perfect. I would prefer to not see him ego lift so much and lighten the weights a bit, but aside from that, there's absolutely nothing wrong with him doing this workout. And considering he's doing the weights in addition to all that cardio, well, the results speak for themselves. Now, if you're like him, want to have an amazing physique, you're lifting weights and doing cardio, the stack I'd strongly recommend is GO2 Max with